Lesson 1-2, Order of Operations. This is the second day of the Order of Operations lesson. The essential question is, how do you use the order of operations to evaluate an expression? Our vocab word today is evaluate, which means to solve or to find the value. Evaluate the algebraic expression using the order of operations. Now remember that an expression does not have an equal sign, so that's why you'll see in our example a problem that does not have any equal signs in it. The first thing I'm going to do, since I'm given a problem with all variables, but I'm also given values for those variables below, I'm going to replace each variable with the value that is given. So A is 2, so 2 squared. Since the 3 and the B are touching each other, that means that they're being multiplied. So I'm going to put in parentheses the value of B, which is 6, minus 2. Since the 2A and C are all touching each other, that also means you have to multiply all 3 of them. So I'm going to put the A, which is 2, and the C, which is 4, also in parentheses. Then I'm going to follow PEMDAS to start solving this problem. So I look at my parenthesis and I see I have multiplying, subtracting, and multiplying. So I'm going to do both of the multiplying at the same time. So 3 times 6 is 18. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. If I wanted to, I could have multiplied 3 times 6, written out the rest of the problem, and then multiplied 2 times 2 times 4. I just did it this way to make it a little bit quicker. Then I'm going to put the 2 squared on the outside. Remember, I'm still working inside my parentheses before I can go to the next part of PEMDAS. So 18 minus 16 is 2. Now I've got just one number in my parentheses, so I can go outside of it and start looking at my exponent. 2 squared is 4. I'm going to keep that 2 in parentheses because then that tells me I have to multiply. 4 times 2 is 8. And like we said in the first part of 1-2, for all PEMDAS problems, you should be able to create a pizza or an ice cream cone with your answer at the very bottom. This next problem is similar to the first one, except our problem looks a little bit differently. This time I'm going to do the same thing again and fill in all of my variables with their values. So A is 4. This is what I'm going to make my bracket. Remember, I have 2, and then since it's touching the B, I'm going to replace the B with 6, so that's the same as 2 times 6, divided by parentheses B, which is 6, minus C, which is 2, squared. Now, you will see that we have our brackets and we also have parentheses within the brackets. When we're doing PEMDAS, we always go to the innermost parentheses. So that would be the 6 minus 2, which will give us 4. And then I'm going to copy down the rest of the problem. Alright, now in my parentheses it looks like I have the multiplying of 2 times 6 and then the dividing by 4. So PEMDAS tells us to multiply and divide from left to right. So I'm going to multiply 2 times 6 first to get 12. Oops, 16, it should be 12. And then I'm going to copy down the rest of my problem. Alright, now in my brackets I just have 12 divided by 4, which is 3. Copy the rest of my problem. Here is where a lot of people make mistakes. You'll notice we have an exponent and we also have multiplication between the 4 and 3. The common mistake is to multiply 4 times 3 and then square it. But if you look at PEMDAS, it tells us we have to do the exponent first. So 3 squared is 9, and then the 4 stays out in front. 4 next to a bracket with a 9 in it needs to multiply, which gives us 36. Summary. Using the order of operations to evaluate an expression involves replacing all variables with numbers then use PEMDAS to solve. Remember, we said at the beginning of the lesson that to evaluate means to solve. The homework for assignment for this lesson, in class, there's a versatile book. If you missed that during class, you can skip to the homework assignment, which is pages 13 through 15, numbers 10 through 14, 30 through 35, 61, and 72.